What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be doing a review of our 2021 Chevy 3500 Duramax and what we think of it after right about a year and a half, 2 years of ownership. As we do the review, we'll be towing our 33-foot fifth wheel and letting you know what the miles per gallon are, how we think it tows, all those sort of things, kind of the highs and lows that we've found with this truck over the last few years of owning it. Starting out, one of the most positive things, love this tailgate. The push button drops on its own, push the button, raises on its own. I never thought that'd be that handy. So handy. I have a buddy that has the Multi-Pro. My dad has the Multi-Pro. I really don't like it. This is a much better tailgate, I think. Also, another thing that's great with this truck, Chevy in 2020 or 2021 extended the bed by 2 inches. And so when it comes to towing our fifth wheel, we have so much more clearance, which is really handy with a standard size bed. Don't have to worry about, those sharp turns quite as much as we would if we had the 6'6" inch bed. Now, this truck is also Kara's daily driver, so I'll let her explain what she thinks while I get hooked on.
Not really a practical daily driver for some, but when you're only traveling 10 miles a day, it works for me and we don't have to pay for a second vehicle. Of course, driving this thing around, navigating drive-thrus, parking lots, becomes a hassle sometimes. But also being big, people see you and get out of your way. Even though I say it's a big vehicle, kind of hard to navigate, it's also a very easy vehicle to drive as well. We do have the nice new 360 cameras. It shows you your front, your rear bumpers, everything around you, even in the bed of the truck. So with all these new safety features, I feel comfortable in driving this big vehicle as a city vehicle as well. Here in Utah, I feel like everybody has a white truck. So I think I would have liked a different color, so I knew which vehicle was mine when I went out into a parking lot. Even the other day, I was walking out of the grocery store, had my cart, walking out with a guy, just chit-chatting, how's the weather kind of thing. He tried to open my vehicle. His was right next to me. So not only white vehicles, but same vehicle as well.
A white Chevy's pretty common.
As Jesse does his light test, that is another feature that these vehicles are bringing to the table. It's just another safety feature to make sure that you're... Sorry, I have to think here. Watch, pay attention. And we passed. So yes, another safety feature that these vehicles are bringing to the table is you are able to do a light test. Therefore, you know that your trailer is hooked on, it's connected with the vehicle. If you're getting an air from it, then you know there's something wrong.
Yeah, it's so nice, the infotainment center on this truck. Now, I say that after just being in a 2024 with the new infotainment system there, and if there was a reason to trade in, holy crap. They have really taken it up a notch. I thought ours was pretty up to date until I saw the new ones, but that's how it always goes.
Just gotta move up a little bit so we can get the wheel chock out. Gotta go a little bit more. Jess, just a little bit more. Perfect, thank you.
Another great thing about this truck is how well it handles the trailer. I know this trailer's not maxing it out by any means, but it is amazing how much better this handles than our F350 did. So we had a 2019 F350, and yes, as soon as you hooked a trailer on, the front end felt so dang light, and you'd hit a bump and it'd almost throw you off the road. It was awful. And our 2015 Ram 3/4 ton, not quite as bad, but the front end would get really light. This truck feels so planted and secure, even with the trailer hooked on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this one feels so smooth, secure. You're not wiggling.
Yeah, you don't get that porpoising.
You don't get this way or this way.
Yeah.
It's just really comfortable with a trailer.
Yeah, I would say it's superior to our previous trucks. All right, here we go. We are off. We reset our odometer when we left, and we've went 193 miles towing, and we've got a 10 mile per gallon average. But that is also getting stuck in traffic, stop and go for like an hour and a half. So I'm interested to see if it goes up on our way back, which I'm hoping it will, because I think it's doing a little bit better than when we first got it. But also, you know, 10 miles per gallon is what people get towing a big fifth wheel. I mean, you'll hear that person saying, oh, my Dodge gets 16, whatever. I don't believe them, but whatever. I've never got that good towing out of any vehicle I've owned.
Mentioning before that the comfort in this vehicle is so nice. I will admit, in the past, I have mentioned that the Chevy is an old man vehicle. And now I understand why every old man, their new truck is a Chevy or GMC. Because it is so comfortable, so nice to drive. It's just almost like a cloud. Cliche, I know. But it is. It's super comfortable.
Yeah, you've mentioned that with the Ford, you'd get people looking at the truck as you went by in it all the time, but it caught the eyes. It was a good looking truck.
It was a good looking truck.
But this is a superior riding truck.
It is. You know, after a while, you get sitting in a seat for 3-4 hours and you just start to hurt.
Which is one of the biggest complaints with the interior on these trucks is that the seats are too stiff. Which, they're stiff, but
they are.
You don't get out hurting.
No, your hips don't hurt, you're not achy. Yeah.
I think it's because they're stiff, but they're supportive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you first hop in a car and it's nice soft seats, you're like, oh, that's so nice, but you ride in it for 4 hours and you wanted that support. And we do a lot of long trips, a lot of miles in one sitting, and I don't get out of this truck going, oh my gosh, you know, my legs hurt, my back hurts, whatever. I don't get all the complaints about the seats. I mean, I understand they're stiff, but I think that the support is worth it, especially if you're doing long trips. Now, we've been raving about how all the things we like about this truck, and the list goes on and on and on. But we have to tackle the elephant in the room. Last year, it was in the shop for 2.5 months. Yeah, 2.5 months that it was in the shop for a DEF tank heater. Element, yeah, which is built into the tank, so they couldn't just change that out. We had to wait for a whole new tank, and the whole United States was out of them. So we had to sit and wait and wait and wait. And they were nice enough to give us a rental car to replace our truck for 2.5 months, which just sucked. And it BS that ever happened, because they haven't ever fixed the issue. If you buy one of these, you're just likely to have that happen. I don't know if it's because we keep it plugged in when it's cold outside, if the element, you know, went out because of that, or if it's just something that everybody's goes out, but it was a big problem. And hopefully they have at least enough tanks to replace them. Because once they got the tank in, it was a matter of a few hours to get it replaced, no big deal. But that sucked. Other than that, we have not had any breakdown or issue at all with this truck. Knock on wood.
Yeah. That is engine, transmission, even down to little cosmetic things.
Yeah.
Trim, things like that. We've not had any issues whatsoever.
Yep, it's held up really well.
Yes.
Another downside, and I think this probably really goes for any 1-ton truck, this thing is not an off-road truck.
Oh, no.
I know people will argue it with me. I have a coworker across the hall from me that he takes his 1-ton out on the desert all the time. He's like, oh, it does fine. I hate how rough they ride off-road. A washboard just feels like it's going to shake them apart. And that was with this truck, our F350, our Ram.
Yeah.
I mean, they just, to me, they aren't built for that sort of thing.
And I feel once you do that, every little creak and moan and
Yep.
just comes out.
There's a rattle, a new rattle every time.
There's, you know, like you get dust in places, and then that dust just like does something.
They aren't an off-road truck like the 84 F250 we have is. It has all of its rattles worked out.
Yeah.
That's all it does is rattle. Now, before all the Ram and Ford guys jump all over us for the truck being stuck in the shop for 2.5 months, Ram and Ford have had their own issues. The trucks have been stuck in the shop for a while recently as well, with all the product shortages and all that stuff. So I don't think it's just a Chevy issue. There's some manufacturing issues across the board. I believe it's the fuel pump with the Rams on their diesels, that you're getting metal shavings or something like that into your fuel and causing all sorts of issues. Heck, Fords, you get the death wobble. And so every truck is going to have its issues. None of them are flawless, but we really like this one. Another thing that stands out about this truck is how quiet it is when you're inside. It's amazingly quiet. My dad got in the other day and he has a 2024, I believe it is, half-ton GMC AT4, and he has a 2012 Duramax, and he got in and went, holy crap, your truck is so quiet. It makes it so nice. The music sounds better. You can talk to each other. In our Ford, you had to yell almost to communicate in there. It was so loud inside. It's just so nice that you can hear and feel the engine, but it's not overwhelming. I mean, heck, we can film in it. Film right in here with, yes. I mean, you guys are hooked to the windshield. So, and getting very little truck noise. Yes. I mean, I'm doing 70 down this highway right now, and it's quiet. So quiet. No road noise, no engine noise, just smooth.
Yes. And also when you're stopped and someone catches you, you can roll down the window. You can actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
With the engine still on.
Yeah, which is so nice when we pull into an RV park at 10:30. I mean, I can kill the lights, but leave the engine on. Don't have to start and stop the truck over and over, getting everything situated. It's not that loud that it's going to be waking up the neighbors, or any worse than starting and stopping it every, 10 minutes or whatever's going on. Another downside to this truck is the tires. They just aren't that great. We have 23,000 miles on this, and they are wore out. They'll make it through the summer fine, but they aren't going to make another winter for sure. I don't know why. It seems like whenever they put on stock tires, they just wear out. And then you buy some other tires and they last, 30, 40,000 miles. But these ones are done. Now, I guess the question is, after 2 years of ownership or whatever, would we buy this truck again? And I can answer without flinching, yeah. I would buy this same truck again, or I'd buy the new 24 with the new infotainment center, because they're sweet. Plus, Chevy and GM are keeping their prices way lower than Ram and Ford's. For this same truck in a Ram or Ford, you're looking $100K. And now with the 24s, I think you're looking 85-ish from what I've seen online. So, I mean, 15,000 less for a better truck. I'll do that every day. All right, we're at a stopping point right now. We have 368.8 miles, and we've got 10.3 miles per gallon. Like I always say, most people get about 10, and that's what we get with this, but it's so nice cruising without filling the trailer. It's just easy, and it tows so nice, handles it. I mean, do I wish we got 25 miles per gallon? Yeah, but that's not gonna happen towing this trailer, so. In the end, would we buy this truck again? Heck yeah. The only reason we'll trade in this truck is to maybe get the 24 with the newer interior dash setup, which is super nice. So comment below. What do you think? Should we trade in for a 24 and get the newer dash setup? What do you think, Kara? Kara gives me a thumbs up, so I guess that's a go. We do have another tow vehicle ordered, so we'll let you know when that arrives, and it's going to be a little bit different, but, we've liked this one so far, so we'll probably like that one too. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all those sort of things. Let us know what your experience with this truck's been, and enjoy your weekend.